Hey guys, Rip FEV here. Today we're doing something a little special. This is my very first mini lifter build. This is the Vulture from Straw Hat Sam. It's a 6-inch platform, uses 2808 motors. These ones I believe are at 1750 kV. Right now I have it set up with this Komodo dummy. This Komodo dummy weighs about 850 grams right now. It's actually meant to simulate the weight of a Blackmagic, not actually Komodo, because Komodo is much heavier. So what we're actually here to do today is mount this brand new FX30 here to this Vulture, and I'm really interested to see how this new dampening system Sam has created works with the IBIS inside the camera. Hopefully it's going to be a good solution for those of us who have a camera and we use it for other work, and every once in a while we just want one step up without having to invest in a Komodo, a Z-Cam, a Blackmagic, whatever it is. So if this works, it's going to be wonderful. All right, so we got her powered up. We're running 2200 CNHL 6S LiPo 70C. We're going to take her out. I'm going to hang out with you, let you know how I feel about it. It gets about 3.5 minutes of flight time the way I've been flying it. So we're going to get right to it. Yeah, so right now I have her set up on analog, but shortly my new Walksnail V2 units are going to be coming in, and then that's what this puppy will get. All right, we're going to take off. Fresh battery, so we're going to see how long we get here. We got some birds, so hopefully we don't get into trouble with these guys here. So we're just going to loop around. You know, this is not something that you're going to be taking to dive massive buildings or, you know, do anything crazy with, because it is, you know, it's just 4 props, 6-inch. It's supposed to be more of a jack of all trades, so it kind of does everything pretty well, but nothing perfect, you know. It does actually double as a Cinewhoop, so I do have the prop guards here with me that I'll probably throw on after we test the FX30. Maybe you can hear the noise. Let's see how loud it is. Honestly, to me, it's not much louder than, you know, any regular 6-inch. You can definitely hear that it's under some more weight and some more pressure, but you know, I'd say like a mix between a 6-inch and a Cinewhoop, so it's kind of got that high-pitched scream of a Cinewhoop, but it's got the kind of low whooshing of a 6-inch. So we're at 3.6. This tune feels pretty nice. Straw Hat Sam, he has PIDs and filters out, and it feels pretty good. I'm running a T-Motor F7 flight controller and a T-Motor, I think it's the 55 amp ESC. I definitely want to upgrade to the Hobbywing 60 amp because I heard those are amazing, and I definitely don't want any issues with this if that ever arises. Yeah, you know, it's got enough power to pull out of, you know, some decent dives. It doesn't feel like too heavy. I mean, it kind of just feels like if you took you know, like a Cinelog 35 and you put, you know, a big 1500 milliamp and a full GoPro. That's kind of what it feels like, honestly. It's still nimble. You can still, you know, flick it out of the way if you need to. I'm gonna go out there and check on these motors, see if they got hot at all. A little toasty. I mean, you know, it's carrying something pretty heavy, but I feel like the general rule of thumb is if you can hold the motor, it's not too hot. It's also kind of a hot day, but I think it went pretty well. I think our next step here is to mount this FX30 and just cross our fingers. All right, so the way that these the camera mounts on here is he has built this mechanical kind of isolation plate where it can move laterally, but it won't move vertically. So the thought with that is any sort of vibrations on this axis, which will move the camera and cause those waves in the image, will be mitigated by this free-floating plate here. So any like micro vibrations will be separated. And then the other very cool thing is the quick detach system. So these clips, quarter 20 threads in the bottom, you can mount them to pretty much any camera. He even sells on his website Straw Hat Sam aerials, I think, or Straw Hat aerials. he sells a mount for the GoPro. So the GoPro feet, you can have the a cord of 20 threads on the bottom of it, so you can even clip in and out a GoPro, an ARC02, FX30, Komodo, Blackmagic. You could have 4 different cameras and run them all in the same drone, just clicking them on and off. Now, obviously, when you're running a big camera like an FX30 or Blackmagic, he suggests to run some battery straps around the front arms, just in case you have any crash and it tumbles, you know, so your camera doesn't go flying. But we're gonna take the camera off our gimbal here. We're gonna attach it, click it up. We're gonna swap over to the iPhone, use that to film, so we'll see how it goes. All right, so we're gonna start the process of swapping over this FX30 over onto our Vulture, this nerve-wracking process. This camera is a hot 3 days old, so clearly you're in the future, but just wish me luck, please. If this thing goes down and it goes bad, oh man, am I gonna regret this. We're strapping $2,500 onto a drone. Now I know some of you who fly Komodos and you fly your Z-Cams and fly our ARRI Alexa Minis who got, you know, $15,000, $50,000, $100,000 hanging off a drone. You're like, yeah, whatever, easy work. Yeah, that's sick, dude. But for me, whew, nerve-wracking. Nerve-wracking. The other really cool thing about this frame is, if you can see here, when you go to adjust your up tilt, I believe every single little notch in here is 10 degrees. So that's 10 degrees, 20 degrees, 30, 40, 50. So it can go angled pretty high. And look, this is you know, that's already a pretty good, healthy angle there. Lens is nice and clean. Ah! Scares the shit out of me every time.
Welcome to Tango 2. Switch warning.
Okay. All right. All right. I'm taking you with me because you got to be here for this. Kind of want you watching the drone take off, though. Maybe we just do everything out here. Yeah, I think that might be a good move. Okay. Ooh, yeah, it'll be fine. I'm not putting any battery straps. So that's just because we're just gonna cruise. We're just gonna cruise, and we're not crashing, so it'll be fine. Wish me luck. Oh, we're flying. We're flying a $2,000 camera. We're flying through some birds. We're flying through some birds. Don't hit me. That's gonna be a cool shot. Woo. Don't hit me, birdies. I'm a big scary bird. Don't hit me. We are flying a $2,500 camera. How does it look? Tell me how it looks. Does it look good? Do I look good? Ooh, that makes some wind. Oh man, I can't believe I'm doing this with a $2,500 camera right here. Oh man. I will say it's cool though. See if we can orbit this thing. Should I go for my first roll on camera? Woo! That was a $3,000 roll. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, boys, I feel good about this. All right, we're landing. We're at 3.6. Maybe we do a couple more loops. All right, let's land this guy. Woo! Camera's still there. Let's go. Oh boy, I am so excited to see that. Holy shit! I don't know if I had active stabilization on. I really hope I didn't, because that would suck. But we will find out. How's ESC's feeling fine. Reaper's hot. How are the motors? Motors are good. Motors are freaking good. Let's go, boys. Oh. We did a $3,000 backflip. It ain't no whatever Martin Beck did, 20,000, 50,000, whatever that was with the free fly wave. But man, that is exhilarating. There's one thing, like, you know, it's super exhilarating to hit that gap or hit that dive, you know, whip it 100 miles an hour over the water, whatever. That's super, like, exhilarating. But man, having like this $2,500 camera mounted onto your drone and you're just flying $3,000 through the air, man, that got my heart pumping for sure. Successful first test. Oh, you are wobbly. Oh my God, you almost fell in the trash can. So now what we're gonna do is prop guards. Hell yeah. Yeah, look at that. That is the size of my chest. Unfortunately, this camera is so damn long. So it's a 28 millimeter to 70, but this is what they call it, APS-C. So with a crop sensor or with a crop factor, it's like, what they say, 1.5 times. So you're looking at a 33 millimeter, and usually people run like 10 mil on a you know, full frame. So it is definitely like way too zoomed in. But again, proof of concept. Oh man, I'm so in love with this drone. Let's get her up in the air. How do I look? Straighten out that back. Else my mama's gonna get mad at me. I look good? Woo! It's a whole lot of wind. Man, these birdies do not give a fuck. Yeah, get out of here, birdies. Okay, so honestly, I don't feel much of a difference with the prop guards on. It feels just as good. And it doesn't make it like any louder, which is kind of wild. Usually prop guards will make it scream a little more. But these prop guards are special prop guards. They're like made out of this bent, oh, not PVC, but like almost this rubbery plastic. Which means that like if you hit something, you know, if you hit something with like a Quav Pro whoop, the 5-inch whoop, that's carbon fiber. You're gonna scratch, cut, whatever you're hitting. These are like nice soft plastic. Oh, what's this little birdie doing? Hey, little guy. Man, I will say this kind of flies nice. Let's see if we can get a. This thing, I know this thing is so zoomed in. It's freaking crazy. So let's see. I'm wondering if I can get like a nice, like approach and track with this scoreboard over here. It is really hard to tell what's going to be in frame or not. I might need to get like some 3500 milliamp batteries so I can take this and bring it to drift night. How sick would that be as like a drift chaser, an FX30, throwing that up there? All right, we're gonna land her. Hey, that was 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Probably like 20 seconds less than what I was getting before. Oh man, she looks so good. This thing is a beast. Check this puppy out. Woo.
Telemetry lost.
She looks nice, huh? I'm real happy about it. That's all that matters, right? Man, I am so happy about this. It flies nice. It's windy out here. It wasn't getting thrown around. I mean, obviously, you're talking about like a 2.5 pound drone here, so it ain't gonna be thrown around by some little gusts of wind, but man, it flies nice. It's just like dialed in, it's floaty, like, oh, I'm happy. I think that's gonna conclude our video. I mean, you saw some results. Hopefully the camera footage looks good. If it doesn't, I mean, there's a couple of different things I could try. Obviously, you know, get a better lens. The lens is whatever, $300 lens I just picked up. But, you know, hopefully it doesn't get distorted, and hopefully we can finally use our cameras that we use every single day that we love with the IBIS, and then just turn that off and throw it on a drone and throw it up. And, you know, it's very compact. Like, here, I'll show you my little, I got a Pelican case set up, which this is what I use when I travel. You know, a little DJI Air 2S, got my goggles, transmitter, actually my FX30 fits perfectly in here with an extra battery and a GoPro, and that Vulture will just fit perfectly in here. It'll fit in here. The prop guards you just put in your backpack, but it'll fit in here, and you can throw another 5-inch on top of it. So now you got your bag, you got your camera, your gimbal you just carry in your backpack, but you got your camera, you got your drones, and then whatever, you have your option of GoPro or a full FX30, which is, that in itself is just so amazing. The fact that you can just GoPro, FX30, GoPro, FX30, just switch back and forth and just have whatever you want. If you're trying to do some crazy shots, and like, man, I need to like go fast, or like I need to like zip by this wall, and I don't want to risk you know, full like Blackmagic FX30 Komodo, just throw your GoPro on there. And then like, okay, I want to like slow cruise and like get some like super crazy footage of this like jungle. Throw your cinema camera on there. That's a concept I love. I love things that you can use for multiple purposes. Like for this, to me, it's a 4-in-1. You got your GoPro open prop, GoPro Cinewhoop, Komodo, Blackmagic, whatever, cinema open prop, and then a Cinewhoop. I mean, it's you can't beat it. You just can't. Because then you do what, like a Quav Pro, and you got a 5-inch whoop, and then what happens when it's windy? Or what happens if you want a little more twitchiness? Then you're like, okay, now you got to pull out your Le Pigeon, or you got to pull out your Sicario or whatever you got. But then you got these two massive things, and you're never going to be able to do that if you're running around. Like, I'm going to Samoa in a couple weeks to shoot a documentary. Like, there's no way I can bring two cine lifters, one guarded and one not guarded, you know? But with this setup, it's so compact and it serves so many purposes. It's just so amazing. I am so excited. Very, very well done to Sam. He is, I mean, he's a godsend to our community already, but this, maybe it's just for me, but this thing is just amazing. I am so happy with it. All right, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on this setup, this I don't even know what to call it. I mean, you just call it the Vulture, and there's not much else, you know? Let me know what you think about it. Hopefully the FX30 footage looks good. Either way, I'm going to throw it up. Let me know what you think about that. If you got any suggestions on how to make it any better. And yeah, you have a great day. You stay out there, have some fun, fly, rip, crash, learn, get better, and, you know, show people what this beautiful world's made of, and show them with our beautiful drones. I guess that's my outro now. Goodbye.